Program is paid for by Investors Schooling. All opinions or statements expressed on the program are solely those of Investors Schooling or their guests and do not reflect the opinions of WPHT or
Premium Automobile Studios, powering your drive with 10 brands and 20 locations. Always live on the free Odyssey app. The Larry Steinhouse Show.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Wait, before I read this, I have to tell you that I went to ChatGPT. Well, what's the matter?
What's new?
What do you mean, what's new?
Just do it.
Well, I know, but the only reason I did this is I wanted to tell you, Omri, that all I did was say to ChatGPT that we've been away for 3 weeks and I need to apologize to the audience.
Okay.
Okay. So, but the only reason I brought that up because I read the first paragraph and I thought it was great. So I just want you to know that's why I did this. Okay. That's why I started. That's why I didn't just start it. I just wanted you to intro.
Okay.
I wanted to intro.
We are live.
Okay, yeah, so we have been away for 3 weeks, but hold on a second, because I need to show you what just happened. Wow.
Somebody, what?
What just happened?
We just lost our feed.
We just lost our broadcast. Okay,
Yeah.
but that's okay. All right, so you ready? Let me tell you. Wow.
Somebody, what?
What just happened?
We just lost our feed.
We just lost our broadcast. Okay,
Yeah.
but that's okay. All right, so you ready? Let me tell you. This is what it said. It said, "Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the Larry Steinhouse Show. We've been on a bit of hiatus for the last 3 weeks, and we owe you all a big apology. But let's make it fun, shall we?
Yes.
Life got in the way. Some of us were busy making bad decisions. Some were on bait. The one and only Omri Morad, who brings you his...
I made good decisions while I was away.
Can I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is your intro.
Yeah, I know. It was like, I'm trying to do the intro, and you guys are interrupting me again.
Welcome back.
I forgot how to do this show. We haven't done it in 3 weeks. So as always, I'm here with the one and only Omri Morad, who brings his trouble. And, of course, Dr. Deb is here as well. I forgot to tell it that Dr. Deb, so it's referring back to the day you were out.
Oh, nice. So I have no intro other than to say Dr. Deb is back.
Can you stop being a victim?
I'm not being a victim.
Can
I'm
you
making
stop being
I'm
a
making a
victim?
statement.
I forgot to tell it. It went back to
I thought you kept telling me how much you missed me, and now you didn't even
Well,
tell Chat.
ChatGPT didn't miss you. I missed you. What can I tell you? All right. Anyway, we want to hear you and we want to hear from you as always. The phone number is
855-9...
Slow down.
That's 855...
A lot of people are turning up their radio right now. Enjoy it slowly.
I know. I heard about a case, and I'm trying to avoid this scenario.
While naked.
What were they
Listen to
doing
you?
naked? Listen. It's possible.
They were complaining.
Or video is.
Do you have any doubt? Because there isn't happen in the 5939. If 11 money, I promise we know something about money. 855.
We know a lot about it. I don't understand why this is happening. My broadcast keeps going off. Okay. Anyway, it says, you ready? It says a place to be. So grab a seat, kick back, and get ready for an hour. This one needed changes.
This one needed.
Reading it because it's.
What you said 2 weeks ago.
I didn't hear 2 weeks.
You're back. I'm back.
Tina.
Argentina.
You were
Somewhere.
in Florida for
Exactly.
a little while
Every
ago.
time I go somewhere, I'm stuck with you. Together, I was in twice. So every time I came back and I go home and I said to my wife, "Where do you want to go?" She said, "Let's go to Florida." And I said, "No, I was just there with Larry." "Let's go to Cleveland." "No, I was just there with Larry."
Yeah, I'm sure that tomorrow wants to go to Cleveland.
Yeah, I know. And I said to you, and then Omri came to me and goes, "Hey, you want to go to Bahamas?" I said, "No, I was just there with my wife."
It's not the same.
There's a little bit of a difference there.
A little bit of a difference there,
Whatever.
exactly.
But a bunch of things happened, like this whole Elon
It's
Musk thing.
insane.
And so Trump has been doing some. Trump did something that really bothered me, by the way.
What did he do that really
He
bothered you?
endorsed Chickatelli or Chitterelli
yeah, I remember
in New Jersey.
hearing
That
about
really
that, yeah.
bothers me because, so him and Bill Spadia were like, they were really close.
Really?
Well, I don't think we're close, but but Bill Spadea interviewed him on the radio show, and
I wonder what happened. Something must have happened.
So I have a theory. I don't really want to get into it,
Okay.
but I have a theory of what has to do with Just leave it at that.
Okay.
I have a feeling that there was something behind the scenes kind of thing.
Okay.
But I don't want to say anything illegal or bad. It's not. It's more. It's just the way it is. So one of those things where I was just a little. I was a little weirded out by it, and it bothered me. Anyway, we got somebody from call. I'm looking at this, and I can't believe I actually brought this back up. What's going on, Bill?
Don't tell me it's the right Bill.
I bet you it is.
No.
What's going on, Bill?
What's going on, guys?
I knew it. It was you.
It is. I like how you said that. Yes, it's the right Bill. I'm the right one.
That's right.
The guy.
That's correct. I agree.
You don't understand who it is?
I don't know what we're.
He doesn't know who this is. Dr. Deb doesn't know who this is.
Yeah.
Can you show a business card?
Doc, it's all right. So I'm going to tell you, it's Bill Spadea. So I was the top morning guy on 101.5. I had a show on Fox TV.
Oh, this is Bill Spadea?
Yeah.
And I am now running for governor.
Okay.
And I'm the guy he was just talking about.
So, Bill-
Yeah, it's kind of funny. It was just like because Bill listens to my show, which I love. I love the fact he listens to my show.
Okay.
You need to excuse Debbie.
I do.
She used to read people's name tag in the classroom for years. So just by the voice, it's very hard for her.
I understand.
So,
Well, don't you guys have the name on the board? Isn't there some screener?
yeah.
Well, it just says Bill, but I don't know who Bill is.
So we do things slightly
all right.
differently
I'm the right
than you used to do it. But yeah, no, we have it up there. But it doesn't have your last
Yeah,
name.
it doesn't say your last name. It just says Bill. So.
So, guys, so first, I'm actually sorry.
Yeah, he
It's
didn't
funny,
say who he
I'm
was.
listening to you,
I'm
and
glad he
you
didn't. You wouldn't let him on.
the whole
Yeah, I'm
just
sorry,
said
Bill.
Bill.
screaming out.
Go ahead, Bill. I'm sorry.
Hey, every host on this station is not a big fan of mine, as we know.
No, I don't
As we
agree.
know. This is the show I
Yeah.
listen to. This
Yeah.
is the show I listen to. But Larry, I actually called for two reasons. One, I heard you talking about that, and I can clear the air on the whole issue with the president.
Oh, that'd be great.
Oh.
But first, I want to remind everybody that early voting in New Jersey, the polls close tonight at 8:00, and then tomorrow the polls are open Sunday from 10 a.m.
Wow.
to 6 p.m. Then no voting on Monday, and then voting on Tuesday, primary day. And if what we did was we made it easy. So if you want to vote early, you can go to my website, Stadia4Governor.com, and there's a pop-up. And on that pop-up, to find out where you vote. But equally important, and this is critical, if you are an unaffiliated voter in New Jersey, you are able to vote in the Republican primary. But not all of our poll workers.
Bill, you
So
keep
we
cutting
set
out.
up a hotline. If somebody tells you, can you hear me? How about now?
Yeah, you just cut out every once in a while.
Yeah, it's a pouring rain where I am. Anyway, so unaffiliated voters can vote in the Republican primary. We set up a hotline in case anybody gives you any crap and tells you can't. You can. You just have to go in and ask for a Republican ballot. They'll declare
that's
you a
interesting.
Republican. You vote, and you can switch back tomorrow.
Oh, that's interesting.
Okay.
That's interesting. Hey, look, so
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to clear the air, I was so disappointed when I found out that
Sure, so was I.
our buddy, you and my buddy Trump went the other way, and
Yeah.
look, in the long run, I want a Republican in New Jersey. I want a Republican in every state, of course, right? Jersey, I want a Republican in every state, of course, right? Republicans, and then there's rhinos, who. What Chitterelli's doing, and I just don't like it. It bothers me so much.
That's a nice way of putting it, Larry. Actually, Chitterelli is a complete and total fraud. He's a liar. I mean, he went from. Don't forget when Donald Trump was on my radio show a couple times. We talked about Jack. It came up, and the president knows he's a fraud. He even knocked him on my show. But here's the problem, and here's what happened. And, of course, I was disappointed. After Wildwood, after he invited my wife Jody and I backstage, and, Jack was walking up and down the boardwalk hoping someone would recognize him, we thought that since I am the true Trump Republican in New Jersey, the only guy, the only outsider who's never held office, the only guy that lines up with Donald Trump on every issue, solid, we have had some disagreements in the past, but that's okay. The challenge is I could tell that the last time I talked with the president, about 2 weeks before he endorsed Citarelli, we were in Bedminster. We had a chat that lasted more than a half hour, and the reality is he is not over the fact that I disagreed with him publicly, saying he should have fired Fauci and he should have mobilized the National Guard to shut down Black Lives Matter. He wasn't happy with that.
Yeah.
What he got in Citarelli is a guy that said, I'll do whatever you want, I'll say whatever you want, and that's why Citarelli has been silent, even though there are certain things that you're wise to at least question. I questioned the rollout of the tariff. I questioned the big, beautiful bill on some of the spending and the debt ceiling. And I believe that New Jersey deserves and needs a Trump Republican who has the courage to challenge and disagree respectfully when policies might hurt New Jersey.
Yeah,
Every
right.
state deserves
and
that.
real quick, just so we don't
Every
get.
state.
By the way, Jack, if you're listening, you are welcome to call into my show anytime and spend as much time as you want, and I will be fair and honest. The only reason I'm doing that is because I don't even know if I don't even know what I'm supposed. I don't even know what the rules are. All I know is that I just got a little warning. But
the equal time rules. I did this too. By the way, Jack refused to come on my show in 2021.
Yeah, I know.
He had a grudge against me since 2021. It's purring bitter man who has zero principle.
And he looks like
he
looks like Newsom.
It's kind of pitiful.
And he looks like Newsom.
An older Newsom.
Yeah, right.
Much
Exactly.
older Newsom.
Yeah, right.
But right, and he's having a hard time keeping up. I mean, he's only got 4 events publicized today, whereas from Cumberland County up to Mercer County, we're going to cover hundreds of miles.
Oh, you're cutting
out again, Bill.
More than 1,000 doors a day. Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better. So I just want to shout out
hundreds of miles.
Bill.
More than 1,000 doors a day.
So I just want to listen. This is my friend. My friend is. We became friends during the mask BS. He was an anti-masker. I was such an anti-masker that I put a sign up. I actually bought a billboard that said "Masks don't work," and Bill and I became friends during that time. And then I found out that of course, Bill was going to run for governor, and of course, I endorse him. I supported his campaign. I support him in any way I can. But I'm going to tell you something: governor or not governor, Bill Spade is one of the nicest people you'll ever meet in your life. He's a wonderful guy, always has good things to say, and it's amazing because I noticed the only time, and even with your competitor who you really don't like, I mean, it's not just like, oh, he's my competitor, so I'm going to say nasty things about him. Even with the fact that you just don't like him at all, which I know didn't like him before you ran for governor, you still are kinder in your negative comments with him. So just so you know, this is the kind of guy that I believe not only. First of all, I believe you should run New Jersey by far, but I also believe that the world will be a better place for people like you in it. So that's just my compliment to you as my friend.
Wow, thanks, Larry.
And
thank you.
And your wife is wonderful.
Jody and I love you guys, and thank you. You as well. I can't wait the 4 of us to break bread when the dust settles, and we will win, lose or draw. Our friendship remains strong, and
absolutely.
Look, to me, we need to get out of the personal vitriol and all the negativity and get back to common sense. That's what people want. They just want to be left alone. I mean, we just had a bill come up where the New Jersey legislature was trying to go after homeschoolers and force the parents into some weird registry and try to dig deep and push all the pronoun nonsense and everything they push in the public schools on our homeschoolers. And thankfully, hundreds of moms showed up yelling from the rooftops, and the legislature backed down and they pulled the bill.
That's good.
But people just want common sense. And I will always, and this entire campaign, and you know this, Larry, we ran a positive issue-based campaign that's going to carry us right into Tuesday. And my opponent has spent $6 million attacking me personally, tearing me down. I don't believe it's going to hold.
I know. Some of the commercials I listen to, really annoy me. They annoy me because they're wrong. They're lies. They're flat out lies.
Yeah.
Yeah, but look, it is what it is. I mean, that's part of politics. I mean, we saw that with Trump. We saw that with with everybody who runs against everybody. But I guess what it is when I know the people personally. So it's funny, like even when the Trump commercials came up, when the Kamala Harris was putting down Trump, I was like, that's a complete lie. And when I hear somebody putting you down, I'm like, that's a complete lie. Stop that. And it's probably because I know the people. You know what I mean? Where if I didn't know the people, I probably wouldn't say it. I don't know. It is what it is.
I do have a question.
Well, I'll tell you this. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just trying to understand. You mentioned something about I don't know, when was it? Maybe
2 weeks ago?
No.
3 weeks ago.
Like 5 or 6 years ago not 6, 5 years ago. I don't know, when was it? Maybe 5 or 6 years ago was the 5 years.
Right.
Educate me and hopefully also the other listeners.
I will tell you.
Yeah.
All right. So if you remember, as Larry said, he and I forged a close friendship through the battle over the COVID lockdowns. And we were watching people like Governor Murphy, who had shut down the state, locked up the churches and the schools, and hurt a lot of people, went out and marched in the streets against our police officers holding Black Lives Matter banners.
Yeah.
And then it transformed into violence in Portland and Seattle. There was a time when a police precinct was actually taken over by the rioters. People lost their businesses. Yeah. People died during those riots. And I called on the president at the time to federalize the National Guard in those states and put them under federal control and go in and take down these protesters and stop the violence. And as far as I was concerned, the White House did not act in a strong enough way in that summer, and I was publicly critical of the president, and apparently he's not over it. But
well, I'll tell you something else.
We have to keep peace in our streets, but that was a very bad time, and people gave Black Lives Matter a pass because they bought into the lie that our police departments are institutionally racist, and that is just a bunch of garbage.
Totally.
And I stood with our cops. I stood firm with them. And, there you go. That's the story.
And everywhere I look, the sign of Black Lives Matter have been turned into All Lives Matter. You saw those?
No, not really. Not really. But Black Lives Matter is kind of dead right now, which I'm glad because,
it is. Well, because they were a fraud. Remember,
yeah, the whole thing was a scam.
I know.
Yeah, they were just stealing money.
Bought a big house was a scam.
Yeah, houses and cars and, going on lavish vacations. The whole thing was a scam.
And it's funny you said about Fauci, like, why...
Doc, none of the Democrats ever apologized for it.
Yeah,
I never heard Phil Murphy apologize for breaking his own lockdown rules to march with Black Lives Matter, even after it turned out they were a complete and utter fraud.
Yeah.
Never apologized.
And then firing Dr. Fauci. There was one point where I thought that the Democrats were actually had Barron Trump hostage. I actually thought that at one point because how could he continue to edify Fauci when everything Fauci was saying was a lie, everything Fauci was saying was wrong, and Trump was even admitting it at one point, and I can't believe he didn't fire him. So you're right. I agree with both of those statements that, why did he not fire Fauci?
And Larry, let's face it, and for all you guys, I'm a Trump supporter, but a Trump supporter who is unable to challenge or raise a point is just a yes man. And the governor of New Jersey, the people cannot afford to have a yes man no matter what party it is. You have to have thoughtful disagreements, and it's okay. That's why I love primaries. And we're gonna surprise a lot of people on Tuesday because
I hope so.
I hope so.
The minute Trump endorsed Jack.
Yeah.
Me too. Because
well, thank you. But I will tell you just some good news. Our fundraising, our volunteers, and everything that happened in the wake of the Trump endorsement, we had a surge, and I've never seen anything like it. A surge. I mean, tens of thousands of notes and dollars and everything else. So I'm feeling good. And look, we're doing the right thing. I'm driving through the rain. I'm going to be in Vineland to go to a church fair. We've got 3 other events in the early afternoon and another one tonight. So we're excited. It's a race for the people.
So you guys, after you guys listen to the Larry Steinhouse show, we are a financial show. But my good friend Bill Spadia calls. I always take the time to talk to him. I'll talk to all my friends. So no matter who you are, I will always take the time to talk to you on the air. And this is Bill Spadia, in case you didn't know, who is who happens to be running for governor, and the primary is Wednesday. And look, he's got our support, but you guys do whatever you want. But I'm telling you, Bill Spady is one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. It actually sometimes it annoys me how nice he is. Right? Because I'm not as nice as Bill.
You are not as nice as Bill. Because I remember when he was at
You're very nice.
because Bill was at the first Love 27 event that we had, and then you actually were out, and then I was trying to figure out what for him to say, and I'm like, oh my God, what am I supposed to do here? And he just kind of took the ball and just went with it. It was fantastic.
Yeah. So real quick, let me mention that too, because actually it's interesting. I know the primary is the 10th, and the 11th, the next day, we're having that event again that you went to a couple of years ago, the kickoff one for our charity called Lev 27, lev27.org. Lev 27 is a charity where we help people stay in their homes. So if somebody can't pay their rent, we pay their rent for them just long enough so that they can get their feet back on the ground. And so that our event is on Wednesday, right? And then what happened was we invited you a couple of years ago. This was before you even ran for governor, just as my friend, and you came there. Yeah. And that day, I went there and literally got sick. I had to go to the hospital, which turned out to be nothing. But I think it was just so you could. I think it was just so you could make this event so great.
Yeah.
And then that's where Dr. Deb met you, and so everybody was really really happy with you there.
I remember, Doc, when you handed me the mic, and look, I love events like that. I'm going to continue, win or lose on Tuesday. You mentioned the primaries Wednesday. You're winning. Wednesday. You're primaries Tuesday.
Oh, Tuesday.
It's
you're
okay
right.
if the Jack voters want to wait till Wednesday to vote. That's fine. But either way. Either way, count me in to support the organization.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to the primary ending for one reason, because we need to go to dinner, and I knew that it was just a bad time for you to go to dinner right now. You're out there doing everything you got to do. So I'm so glad you called. And look, listen, anybody out there listening, if you're still on the fence, and if you thought you had made a decision, make another decision, and listen to me. You guys know you trust me with your finances. You trust me with everything that I teach you. I'm telling you, this is a really good move if you make the right one. Am I walking the line Am I walking the line good enough, Glenn, our producer? Am I walking the line good enough?
Yeah, Glenn gave us a little warning. Just be careful. Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. Well, hopefully, Bill, we'll see you.
Well, I'll say this. Let me just give you a public service announcement. If you have any trouble with the polls, go to our website, SpadierForGovernor.com. We have a hotline set up, and we've got experts and legal teams there to help you. Don't let anyone turn you away. And unaffiliated voters and Republicans can vote in the Republican primary.
Bill, people that want to come and see you in person, when can they see you this weekend?
They need to go to SpadierForGovernor.com and fill out the form, and they get an email with our schedule. But I would love to tell you, we're going to be in 6 different counties. So go to that website and with our schedule. But I would love to tell you, we're going to be in 6 different events. You'll get an email right away to tell you where I'm going to be.
When I found that it's in Tom's River, I don't know if I can make it. I really wanted to be at campaign headquarters, and I'm disappointed. I don't think I can make it.
We moved it.
Oh, you did? Where?
We moved it Tuesday night. I'm speaking in Tom's River at 8 o'clock when the polls close, but then we decided to do something very unconventional. We have the bar at Ellery's Neighborhood Bar and Grill, place where a lot of first responders go to have a beer after the shift. We've got a country band. I've got an outside and an inside area. We'll be watching the returns together. I'll get there around 9 o'clock. The band's going to play, who knows, till midnight, we hope.
All right, so
the beer will be flowing. It's going to be a great, great night.
Send me a text message with the address, because I may be able to make it. I mean, Tom's River is 2 hours from me, and I have to get ready for my event the next day, which is the Lev 27 event. But you know I'm going to be rooting for you the whole time. But if I could be there, I'm going to be there, because just to give you a hug.
All right, I'll send you the flyer, and if anybody wants any information, the flyer is also posted to our website, Spadia for Governor, and that's FOR, by the way. SpadierForGovernor.com. Well,
right,
thanks, guys.
Can we ease it out?
Awesome checking in. Thanks
can we ease it out to real estate for a second while Bill is still on the line?
What do you want to do?
I want to ease it out back to real estate while Bill is on the line, because we had a caller few weeks ago that discussed with us what's going on with the fact that HOAs have been doubled in New Jersey under the.
What's that to do with?
Under the
what's that to
current
do with Bill or
because
Governor?
last time we talked with Bill, and with Doug, we talked about property taxes.
Yeah, let's
now things change under the governor. There's a new law that the governor in New Jersey ran, that all HOA had to have spare money in reserves.
Oh, okay. Now I know why you're bringing it up. Okay,
exactly.
Okay. Do you know about Bill? Do you know about this? About the HOAs?
I know that the fees are extraordinary and have gone up. So, I don't know the specifics of the bill, how much they're required to hold in escrow now.
Right,
but
exactly.
I know it's killing
exactly.
local homeowners.
Yeah. Anybody who has a condo or a townhouse is slammed.
If you're asking if I'll work to repeal that, the answer is yes.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
I'll tell you one more thing I'm going to work on. I'm going to tell you another thing. You want to talk about HOA fees? You know who's getting killed? People living in the 55 and older communities.
This is the guy. This is exactly what we experienced, Bill.
Taxes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's bad. It's really bad. And do you know if you?
I think we lost you, Bill.
Where you are crime against seniors and and declare those pilots. But yeah, it's not helping the people. And
listener, his HOA went between 360 to 7. It went up to 750 a month. We heard the story. I read about it on the internet over New Jersey right now, and it's at the HOA have to have all the money in reserve for any incident that can happen.
They have to have more reserve than they used to, because what happened was in Florida. I don't know if you guys know the story about Florida. In Florida, when that building collapsed, so Governor Murphy decided that New Jersey is Florida, and it's not.
Right. No, it's not. And part of the reason for that, it also, believe it or not, this goes back to Murphy's radical environmentalism. Remember, it's Murphy's Department of Environmental Protection, which I'm going to gut down to the studs on day one. They passed a regulation forcing builders to have to raise the homes by another 5 feet if they're in this in the flood zones. Yeah. And the problem is that they're getting away with it because they're basing it on this ridiculous Rutgers study that effectively is something no better than what you hear coming out of the mouth of AOC, that humanity will be extinct in 12 years. Basing it on this is something no better than what you hear coming out of the mouth of AOC, that humanity will be extinct in 12 years because I'm driving a truck. I mean, just no science whatsoever. I'm going to roll. If the only candidate on both sides of the aisle out of 11 candidates to even address this issue, because I'm the only one that has spent a career in business and
we're losing you again.
Level. So I've got an actual plan.
His connection's iffy.
I'm the only one that understands it at a detail level because of my lengthy private sector career, and I'm the only one addressing it, and I will fix it in the first 100 days.
So if you are a homeowner who is worried about how you will stay in your home, I think you know who to vote to.
Yeah, and that's and this is my friend Bill Spadia, because we would never tell you who to vote for. I'm just announcing that this is my friend Bill Spadia on the air.
We're just good friends. We're good friends.
And
you know what? It's true. And we were friends long before I was ever even thinking about.
Oh, that's right.
That's right.
Absolutely. So I'm like, and I think we met long before we even knew we met. When we used to work for a common company that we worked for together, I think I met you there once before, but that was a long time ago. But anyway, Bill, you're awesome, man.
Long time ago.
We're gonna have to run to a commercial in a couple of seconds. So thank you so much, man. Good luck.
Yes.
Send me a text message. I'm gonna do my best to get there. I really
bless you guys.
I just want to support you, man. And good luck and God bless you. We're all praying for you.
You guys are all invited to election night. All right.
All right. I'll see if these guys want to go.
Thank you.
That'd be great.
Take care.
You got it. See you, man.
Awesome.
All right. So this is Larry Steinhouse. This is the Larry Steinhouse Show. I just like, when I have celebrities call me, I certainly have to take the time out to talk to them.
Yes.
And Bill being not only a candidate for governor, but he's the was a number one radio host in New Jersey. He actually had to resign so he could. This is the Larry Steinhouse Show. I just like, when I have celebrities call me, I certainly have to take the time out to talk to them.
Yes.
And Bill being not only
estate and as real estate, he say appeal to us very.
Knows about it.
He knows about it. He this discussion also with Dr.
Okay.
And it seems like for homeowner, okay, and nobody sees that. 939-1137. 855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137. 855-939-1137.
All right, we'll see you guys in a couple minutes.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Larry Steinhouse, and I want to tell you about a full-day event we're having on Saturday, June 14th. Not only will you learn stock options and real estate, but you'll also learn asset protection, you'll learn how life insurance really works, and so much more. To sign up for this event, go to 4mmw.com. That's the number 4mmw.com. And I'll tell you what, if you put in the coupon code WPHT, you're going to get a free ticket. That's it, 4mmw.com, coupon code WPHT. Hi, this is Larry Steinhouse, and I want to tell you about a charity we formed called Lev 27. Lev 27 is a charity that helps people stay in their homes. Look, sometimes life happens. Many people live paycheck to paycheck, and if suddenly something happens and they can't afford to pay their rent, we will step in and help them. We'll even cover any legal fees to keep them in their home. Go to lev27.org, that's lev27.org, to find out how you can help or make a donation. Thank you. This is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling. Listen, you need to take a complimentary class this Thursday. You need to learn how to invest in real estate. You need to learn how to invest in the stock market. You need to learn how to invest in stock options. And you need to learn how to make more money than you've ever made before. Why aren't you here? Come to investorschooling.com. Take a complimentary class this Thursday and learn. That's investorschooling.com. Take your complimentary class this Thursday. We'll see you there.
Kimi, thank you for staying with us with all those troubles.
Hey, this is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling. How many times are you going to listen to my voice before you finally
this
go
commercial
to
makes 2 minutes. You want some more or no?
I can't believe you haven't signed up for a class yet. You're going to learn real estate investing. You're going to learn stock options trading. You're going to learn things about money that you didn't even know existed. Go to Investor Schooling.
I was saying...
Army's listening to my voice.
Now.
I'm not saying. There it is. Army couldn't wait for the
I want to see the heart attack commercial.
Yeah, okay. So you can, this is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling. Listen, I know sometimes you worry about coming to see me because you don't want to invest in real estate, because you don't want to deal with toilets, trash, or tenants. I'm going to teach you a way that you don't have to deal with toilets, trash, or tenants, or even own any real estate and invest in real estate at the same time. You want to learn this, so go to investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com, and take a complimentary class this Thursday. And I promise you, no toilets, no trash, no tenants.
This program is paid for by Investor Schooling.
All right. Oh, Debbie, that's when you chose to cough, right when we come in.
I can't control that. What do you want me to do?
The whole time you said nothing, and then now you cough. As soon as we come online, Debbie coughed.
I said nothing because you guys are talking about stuff that I'm not incredibly interested in, and I let it go because I know Bill Spady is your friend. I think he's a great guy, don't get me wrong, and I really do hope he wins, but I'm just saying this isn't my kind of conversation.
I was talking about you coughing, not about you talking.
You don't care that the taxes...
You said you could... Okay. Whatever. Whatever.
All right, welcome back to Larry Steinhouse Show. I'm here with
I'm
here with a very angry Dr. Deb.
I'm not angry, but I'm sitting here thinking, why am I back here? You missed me for 4 weeks, but I don't think anything changed. So I'm back to whatever.
Thank God you're not a prostitute.
A prostitute?
No, I'm not
a prostitute.
Not a prostitute. A prostate doctor. That's what I was about to say.
Why?
Because you can't piece up a prostate doctor. You can't. The consequences are horrific.
Brian, if you're listening, please put that one in the book.
No, you can't. Are we still doing the book?
So we have a book.
Are we still doing a book?
So Brian works with us, right? And we have a book every meeting.
I'm gonna text that to him right now.
Every meeting, Omri says something crazy like that, right? Was it,
You can't
piss off a prostate doctor. Is that
a prostate doctor.
Right, you can't piss off a prostate doctor, right? So we have been writing a book of all these sayings that Omri says that, like, what? Well, I mean, it's like.
But they make so much sense, right?
What?
Come on, they make so much
a
sense.
prostate doctor.
Right.
Please put it in the Omri book.
No, I'm just saying. Think about that, right?
I don't need to think about it, Omri, and you
Okay.
really don't want to explain it on the line.
No, I'm not going to.
Because
So
I get it.
I have a story for you. You know what? Let's go to another story, another subject.
Are we eventually going to talk about finances?
Yeah, it is about finances.
Okay, good. Go ahead.
Amazing. So yesterday I go to the DMV to renew my driving license here in PA. So everybody right now doing the
Real ID.
The Real ID.
Yeah.
Right, Real ID, sure.
Yeah, so you go to the DMV and the line starts in New Jersey. That's basically what's going on.
You should have done it like 2 years ago when it came
in
out.
every DMV. And you know what? People are so creative. People coming with a camping chair and with a laptop, and they keep moving the camping chair.
Oh, that's funny.
It's so funny. So I'm fine. I'm on the phone. I'm doing my business, and I get to a lady, and then I do that, and I get to the point that I need to pay. Right? So I get my wallet. You all know how my wallet
Your
looks.
G-string.
My
G-string.
G-string
Your
wallet,
G-string
and I
wallet.
take my G-string wallet, and I find the card for everything that's related to automotive. I have a card for that.
That's fine.
And
I
she
agree.
and she be ready with the beep for a second. So she looked at my wallet. I take off my card, and she said, "Holy beep!" And I said, "What?" She said, "What is that?" I said, and I start to explain to her why, for a person like me, for an immigrant like me, yes, I am an immigrant, and I'm fine with that. That is
But you're here legally, so
trying
it's okay.
to build his credit. There is a lot of benefits to that. And she's like, "What? To have all those credit cards?" And I said, "Yes. Because as much credit as I have, the least I'm using it. Can use the same 10 grand every month if I have $100,000 in credit or $50,000 in credit." And I start to explain that to her. And the lady who sits next to her is nodding. And she telling her, "You need to listen to him." And everything changed. The whole environment in the conversation changed because in the beginning she didn't want to listen to me, and then I start to tell her about investor schooling and what we do here, and they bought RSVP for Thursday night.
Oh, that's great. I'm hoping
That's
to
I was pretty amazed with this whole
That's
situation
awesome.
because we started to talk about all that and why it's important to have as much credit as you
absolutely.
can. You don't have to use it, but you need to have it.
So I have something really cool. So this Saturday we have coming up the Money Hacks event, right?
Yes, we do.
By the way, all right, we haven't had any callers, right?
We will have in a second.
If you guys have a caller, if you guys call in right now, of course we're gonna give you a free ticket to Money Hacks, and we're gonna give you lunch at Money Hacks too. How's that?
Not bad.
But you have to be able to make it. That's the key.
Don't call. So if
Yeah,
you
you
call
have
in,
to be able to make
just
it.
call in,
Yeah, and
but
don't come at 12, take the lunch and go. Come to learn.
that's okay. They can come at 12 and take the lunch to go if they really want to.
Oh!
No, if that's what they think of me, then they can do that. No. I will not be insulted. I would laugh at them, but I will not be insulted. But I have to tell you, you guys don't even know that I added another speaker.
Oh, I know, because you told me.
I did, okay. So we have a speaker coming, and it's related to what you just said. So we teach people how to get a whole lot of credit and credit cards. Like I have $1.2 million worth of available credit on credit cards. I can use $1.2 million on credit cards if I want to. In fact, I teach people how to buy houses with credit cards. I teach people how to use credit cards properly, how to use credit cards for everything. So there's one thing that I don't know, which is how to really use the points.
Yeah.
Now, I've been using my American Express points to buy me gift cards to Capitol Grill.
Yes, I know who is coming now.
No, you
I'm
don't.
so happy.
No, you don't.
Yes, he fly from Hawaii.
No,
it's not him.
He's not the guy.
It's
He
not
doesn't
him.
do that. You're talking about Timothy. He teaches people
How to use
get
credit.
credit cards.
People also how to do the points with all the airlines and all that.
Wait, this
Okay.
guy that I have coming will teach you how to get a flight, I don't know, to Greece, for example, for 100,000 points, first class the whole way.
Oh, wow.
That's like a $13,000 ticket.
How do you do that?
If I knew, I wouldn't have to have him come.
Oh my God! For
Right.
100,000 points.
For 100,000 points. So this guy blew my mind. He was showing me some examples, and then one of my mentors, Bill Walsh, was there, and he was showing him, and he was doing it. So I said, you know what? I said, this is really great. It's really congruent with what we teach, because we teach people to get credit cards. Now we should teach them what to do with those credit cards and how to use the points.
Yeah.
So we have a bonus speaker coming. He's not even on the website yet, because I don't even know if I can get him on the website before the show, before the event next week. So next week is June 14th, the Money Hacks event. If you call in right now, we'll give you a free ticket. We'll give you a free lunch. You guys will have a blast. So just call the number at
855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137. 855-939-1137.
So, what do you think's been getting the most attention that I've been doing lately?
All the covered calls.
The covered calls. Yeah, and it's funny because it seems like people don't believe me. You know, it's the craziest thing. I mean, I don't know what to do.
I was pretty amazed when you had to show your statements. I didn't think.
What do you mean you had to show your statements? What are you talking about?
I had one person who didn't believe the numbers I was showing them, and said, "Show me your statements."
You
from
weren't
Charles Schwab.
here, so one of the weeks on Thursday, he actually went to his Charles Schwab account and opened the statements from Charles Schwab.
Is a student or somebody who just came in?
I don't know. I don't remember to prove the numbers.
It was a brand new student.
Okay.
Who said, you know, I think this is good, but it can't be the numbers you're showing. Show me your statements. I pulled out the statements, and then I went to class the next day and I pulled out the statements again to prove it. I mean, so for you guys it's been a couple of weeks since we've been here. So what I did was, you guys know I'm the stock option consultant, right? I teach people stock options. Wait, hold on, we got to do this.
Stock option consultant.
You need to run.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So you know, we've been concentrating a lot on real estate in this show. We haven't talked about stock options in a really long time, just because, you know, we're having fun. I said this a long time ago that we just enjoy this show. We have a really good time talking on this show, and it's pretty much become whatever we wanted it to be at this point.
And if you're calling, it's fun. It's more fun for us, and it's more fun for you.
Yeah. What's the phone number again?
855-939-1137, and you will get a free ticket to our event this Saturday. 855-939-1137.
All right. So what I did was I was teaching a method of stock options called covered calls. Now, don't go looking on YouTube for this, because you'll find it, but it's not the same thing of what I'm teaching. In fact, you ever hear the story? This is a great story, Deb. You ever hear the story about the machine that didn't work, the big gigantic machine or the boat or whatever, and they hired, and none of their engineers could get it to work, and they hired this one guy who's an expert.
Okay.
And he walks in, he goes, walks over to a panel, turns the screw a quarter of the way, machine starts up in 2 seconds, and he goes, all fixed.
$10,000.
And they sent him a bill for $10,000. Exactly, right?
Yeah, I saw. It's a similar story, but same concept.
Right, right. Sends him a bill for $10,000, right? And then the question to Bill, like, how could you charge us $10,000? You did 5 seconds worth of work, turn one screw. He said $1 to turn the screw, $999,000 to know what screw to turn.
Yeah.
Right, and that's basically what's happened here. Is that, you know, I know what screw to turn to make this amazing income generating machine.
Yeah.
So what I did was I actually wanted to prove it to the students, because the students would give me the students are funny. Some of them are like, yeah, it sounds great. Yeah, it sounds great in theory. Yeah, it sounds great in theory.
So I did it. So you started
don't
what?
believe it for some reason. I don't know why.
So you started what in January?
Well, I started with this account in January.
So you started in January.
Which is a proof account.
So I think once that first month you proved it, I started doing something in February. Remember, I'm like, all right. I'm going to get in on this.
Right.
So in February, I started doing it too.
Right. So basically what I did was I put $50,000, exactly $50,000 into an account. And every month I sell the calls and I draw the amount of money. You have to draw the amount of money out or it doesn't work. But I draw the amount of money out. So the very first month I took $4,675.10, which was a 9.35% return. The following month, I still had in my account $48,385. I withdrew $3,908.52, which is about an 8% return.
Do you agree that?
Can I finish these numbers?
Yes, sure.
Thank you. The next month, I was down to $47,000. I took out $4,550. Now, don't forget, I was only down $3,000 in the account, and I withdrew $13,000. The next month, the account actually went back up to $50,311, and I withdrew $56,8170, which was the highest return, which is 11.29% return, and I know why, because that was a 5-week month. Then the following month, which was May, $53,392 was left in the account. Remember, I only put $50,000 in the account, and I've already withdrew $18,000, and then I withdrew another $48,1181, which is a total of $23,627. And now I have $55,000 in the account, and at the end of this month, I will withdraw $44,5027 for a total of $28,077.58 withdrawn from the account, and I still have over $50,000. That's what I've been teaching people how to do. It's amazing, right?
So the change in the value of the account from 50 to 48 to 53, all those only reflect the change in the value of the stock, correct?
Right, correct. So
what you are taking, you're not taking your investment out.
Right.
Your investment is in.
Right.
Which is something I think many people don't understand.
Right.
All your 100% of your investment, your initial investment is still in.
Right.
Everything you take out is only
all
the
profit.
price.
It's all income.
It's all It's only. It's not only income. It's not even profit because it doesn't profit of in the value of the stock. It's the profit you get from selling the option.
Correct. From selling. Right.
Only the
call.
selling the
Selling
option.
the call.
Right.
Selling the call.
Right.
Yeah.
Selling the call.
Right. And it's an amazing system, and I've developed it. And literally, once you learn how to do it, it's about 5 minutes a month to do it.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. Anyway, real quick, we got somebody on the call. It looks like we got Gretchen. What's going on, Gretchen?
Hi, how you doing? This is Gretchen.
Hey, Gretchen. So I know you want a ticket, but is there something else we can help you with?
Not right now. I've been to one of your Thursday night sessions.
Cool.
It was about a month and a half ago.
Well, did you come back to Monday?
Nope, I haven't done that.
Well, why don't you come back this Monday?
I'll keep it in mind, but I work full time, and so my calendar is pretty busy.
So do you like working full time and your calendar being pretty busy?
No, I want to retire.
So if you'd like to retire, I could teach you ways to do that.
Okay.
So you might have to take 2 or 3 hours out. You might have to take 2 or 3 hours out of your night, Monday night, to come back to learn.
Okay. All
See?
right.
Listen to the skepticism in her
It's
voice.
not skepticism. I'm talking to people. I'm talking to people on Thursday and Mondays. It sounds a bit cocky when we come to people and say you work because you don't come here, and that's what they hear, and it's not what it is. We just can give you the tools to quit your job, and it's real. And I'm a success story here. It's real. You can quit your job and do whatever you want. But yes, in order to do that, you have to be committed to it and to be here.
Yeah,
it happens, and there are so many success stories. I understand. Nobody want to hear somebody telling them, if you don't want to work, you need to quit your job and start to learn something. No, it's not. I get it, but I promise you that if you will be dedicated to it and be here for Thursday, for Monday, very, very soon you will see that it's real.
Okay, sounds good. I liked what you said a little bit ago about buying a house on a credit card.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, absolutely. We're about
I'd like to hear more about that.
So Omri and I are about to get a second mobile home park, right next to the other one.
Yeah.
And we're buying this mobile home park for $1.2 million. When we go to closing, we're going to get about $10,000 back. So basically, we paid no money deposit, no nothing, no money out of our pocket. We don't go to the closing without any money, and we're going to get about $10,000 back. How many $1.2 million properties do you want to buy and get a check for $10,000 when you buy them with absolutely no money out of your pocket?
That sounds good.
Yeah, I mean,
she don't believe us. I
know.
I hear
Nobody
in her
believes
voice.
us. I know,
but it's real.
I'm getting 9% a month on my money. Nobody believes me. I'm buying properties with absolutely no money, $1 million properties. Nobody believes me.
I got a check.
Exactly.
I got a check last Tuesday for $49,000. I don't know, $800 something on a
and the property was, how much was it?
The property was $90,000.
She bought a property for $90,000. She got a check for $49,000 when she closed.
Yeah.
Did you? And you went to closing with absolutely no money, right?
Absolutely no money.
Right. So how many of those do you want to do? And you're gonna get probably about $200-300 a month on that property, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
should make around $200-300.
so it's like, and this is the thing, I think it's time to start telling people, oh, we're just not successful.
No.
You can't do this either. So because you can't do it and we're not successful, maybe you shouldn't come to Investor Schooling.
And Gretchen, you are in Yardley. You are so close.
Yeah, you can walk here. So because you can't do it and you're not.
And Gretchen, you are in Yardley. You are so close.
Yeah.
I promise you will start your hand to decide when. And it's your decision to say, I'm stopping now and I'm starting to do this. And what do you have to lose? If it's not for you, it's not for you.
Yeah,
but at least know. And
Hey,
anyway, you get the ticket to
Did
come
you,
for
did you
Saturday.
enjoy the class that you went to?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Was
we had
it fun?
A special speaker that night.
How's the math?
That was the math.
That was the math.
So Army's referring to a class I did. I did all the math wrong. It was a hysterical class, and we kept doing the math. We kept fixing the math, but that's a long story. And then the following week we found more mistakes, but that's all right. But the math, it's like the first. I don't know what happened. I think I was tired or sick, and I didn't feel like doing it, and I didn't go over the math. But it was a very funny story. But when it was all done, the numbers were right, and it still shows everything right. But it was just very funny. All right, so Gretchen, we're looking forward to seeing you Monday. We're definitely looking forward to seeing you next week. Glenn's going to take your number. And Dr. Deb's going to call you, and she's going to call you and get you a free ticket, but she's also going to call you, and she's going to say, show up Monday night, okay?
Okay.
Please
okay,
do.
Deb.
And for the rest of you, if you want to go to Investor Schooling, go to investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com. And you could take a class this Thursday. The reason I mentioned Monday is because after you take a class on Thursday, we invite you back to a mastermind on Monday to see what else we do. But we want you to take the class first, and we want you to take the mastermind second, because it makes more sense so you fully understand what we're going to be talking about as a mastermind, because the class, the mastermind, the mastermind. And just so you know, Thursday night is not a sales pitch. It is literally a class that people have makes more sense so you fully understand. That's the class, the mastermind, the mastermind. Sales pitch. The class that people you're going to learn, audit the class, just see. By the way, it's pretty much what you're. The phone number, right? And we have a good time.
And the website, yeah.
Yeah. And then, so Roscoe, if you want to call back. I know we took a little while. You may not have been able to hang on. But if you want to call back, we got a couple of minutes, too. If you want to ask me about your HELOC question, you go ahead and do that. Okay. So that's what we have. We have some cool stuff. We're getting these incredible returns in stock options with almost no risk. Actually, I say this on a scale of 1 to 10. Real estate is probably a 2-3. And this style of stock option I'm teaching is probably a 3-4, right? Where most stock options are like a 7. Okay, this is really, really low risk, and in fact, theoretically, and I've been saying this forever, theoretically, you could draw off this account forever. I could put $50,000 in an account and draw off it forever. Not necessarily the same numbers, though. The numbers may go down. Like instead of drawing 4,900, I may only be drawing 35 or 25 or 1,000.
Why do you say theoretically?
After time. What?
Why do you say theoretically?
Theoretically, because theoretically.
What can happen?
So if the stocks you buy go to zero.
I got you. If
they go to zero.
Company going bankrupt.
Right. If the company goes bankrupt.
I got
the only way, really, literally the only way you can lose your money is if the company goes bankrupt. So,
Agreed.
So to hedge that, we don't even use one company. We use 3.
Yeah.
So it can't even happen. And plus, look, here's the reality. The reality is if you pay any attention to the stock market at all, you know that there are warning signs way before a company goes bad. So, like, if Spirit Airlines, right? Spirit Airlines for 6 months they were saying it's on the verge of bankruptcy, it's on the verge of bankruptcy, it's on the verge of bankruptcy. You don't use that stock. Even if it doesn't happen, it doesn't matter.
But they pay back something, right?
No, very little.
Really? I didn't know.
Very little. But you just don't use that stock. You use companies that are not going to go bankrupt. And if you start hearing rumors of bankruptcy, you move to another company. It's 3. You're pretty literally using three companies and 3 good companies. Some of them are paying dividends. So that's even more money. So it works. And Debbie, you started doing it. What'd you make?
I think the first month I did it, I think I made like $3,500 or $3,700 or something like that. My first month. So now I draw anywhere between $3,000 and $4,000 Anywhere between, I guess, 35 and 42 or 4,300 a month. I draw
off of 50,000.
Off of 50,000.
It's amazing, right?
Yeah.
And it's it's constant.
And it pays my HELOC. I mean, I have it set up so it automatically pays my HELOC.
There you go.
And the rest I pull to pay other stuff off. So.
I mean, I said this the other day. I said this analogy the other day in class. I said if I want to buy a Rolls Royce, I could buy a Rolls Royce for $50,000.
Yeah, and I said to Ken in the back. Ken is, by the way, our tech guy, one of our tech guy. And I said to Ken in the back, in 2 months from now, there is a Rolls Royce here outside just because he came up with this idea. And he wanted to prove it.
And just so you understand what I mean by that is I take $50,000, I put it into this account, I do exactly what I'm doing, and the payment on a Rolls Royce would probably be $4,500 to $5,000 a month, right? And I could use $50,000 to make that payment for the next 72 years, 72 months.
No, they are less. I'm saying when you said that, I immediately opened my phone and checked.
Really?
It's around 3,000.
Yeah, but how much money down?
I don't know. I don't remember. I got you.
So yeah, because it's got to be no money down.
Zero money down. I guess.
Because if I say I'm buying a Rolls Royce for $50,000, it's got to be zero money down.
Maybe you will get your Tesla X like that.
I could. I mean, look, I could buy a Tesla X tomorrow.
I know. It's only if you want it.
And honestly, the Tesla X is really. I'll tell you two things I don't like about the Tesla. One is, of course, the charging.
Yeah, the electric, yeah.
It's just a pain. Now, they happen to be opening a Wawa right down the street from our office with superchargers.
And we will walk every day.
And Tesla has the free supercharging right now.
I know.
So that really is an incentive now to buy it. But here's the thing. I want it for the self-driving.
It's amazing.
But the problem with the self-driving in the new Tesla X, you have to be looking out the window. You have to be looking at it with your head straight. You can't be playing on your phone. You can't be on your computer.
It's not the automated taxi. No, it's not.
Right. So the problem with that is like, okay, so what's the point? I might as well drive the car.
I don't know if we have time to talk, but there is a way to bypass that. I investigated into that.
Well, real quick, you got about a minute.
So when you know where the camera inside the cabin is,
you tape it?
You can tape it. If you tape it, the system doesn't work.
Right.
But what people do, people would put their phone or tablet all the way to the windshield,
right,
and they look forward. And the camera see them look forward.
I was also thinking, can you get the googly eye glasses? You know what I mean? Googly eye glasses. Anyway, we're done. We got to go. All right. So I want to thank all the listeners. I want to thank Bill Spady for calling in. Thank you, Bill. I'm a big fan of yours. I appreciate you being a big fan of mine, and I really hope you win governor. And if anybody's listening out there, my suggestion is to vote for the right person. All right. We got Dr. Deb here. Thank you. Also, Omri, thank you. Of course, we have the
sweet
Glenn Page, and I want to thank him too. And if you want to take a class this week, go to investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com. All right, for you guys online, we have another show coming up, so stick around.
This program is paid for by Investor Schooling. All opinions or statements expressed on the program are solely those of Investor Schooling or their guests and do not reflect the opinions of WPHT or Odyssey.
WPHT,
WPHT, WOGL, HD3, Philadelphia. From the Piazza Auto Group Studios. Experience the Power of One with 8 brands and 25 locations. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
No, he didn't.
Just hit mailboxes, and for many, the shock is real. Some investors lost 20% or more in just the first quarter. If you're close to
I had
retirement,
another caller.
It's a danger. But
who,
here's what most
she
advisors
sounded a
won't
little
tell
bit
you.
elderly.
Gold was
She was
up over
interested in a ticket, but she
during
didn't have a
the
question.
same
So
time.
I,
That's a 60%
she wasn't
swing.
sure about her
That kind of gap
transportation.
can
So I
change
just told her you
everything.
guys
So
would.
compare
I
your
took her
Q
info so you could
Okay.
call. I took her info
right.
so you could call her up there.
So you know that in the last money hack, we offered a person to come and
with
pick
real
them up.
assets like gold and
I don't
silver.
remember who
if
he
you're
was.
tired of
She
watching
was
your
also
nest
an
egg shrink,
it was also
may
an
be
elderly
time
lady.
for a change. And right now,
It was
when you
our
open a
friend Nancy
qualified
who
account, you'll
we would
receive
buy
a
her
free
house.
10-ounce silver
Now, this
American
woman's
Could be, yeah.
Compare
And we told her we come to pick you up.
646-5347. That's 877-646-5347.
She was like, I can get to Neshaminy, but then I'm not sure about the rest of the.
Tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is?
Sometimes
you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
All right, right, someone's calling in, so I'm going to probably have a call for you shortly.
Okay.
I have to get their info.
No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data.
All right, I got a
20
new
seconds.
You could
intro.
be throwing
I'm
away
not gonna read it.
thousands over a lifetime. We're not here to be the biggest.
include me in on
We're
it,
here to
or,
bring
you
you
know?
something
I
we
let it know
believe
that
is
you're back.
better. Our plan started just $20
I'm just
bucks.
saying.
You'll get the same fast nationwide coverage
Is he really
without
loud
the
in the
Big
headphones, or
Wireless
is it
bill.
me?
Call 1-888-FREEDOM.
That's
Visit
loud.
consumercellular.com/facts or a store
Who's
near
loud?
you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and
Like
emailing. See
really
site
loud
for
in
additional
headphones.
facts.
This program is paid for by Investor
Here we
Schooling.
go.
All opinions or statements expressed on the program are solely those of Investor Schooling or their guests and do not reflect the opinions of WPHT or Odyssey.
WPHT, WPHT-HD, WOGL HD3 Philadelphia. From the Piazza Auto
You're
Group
hot.
Studios, experience the Power of One with 8 brands and 25 locations. Always live on the free Odyssey app. The Larry Steinhouse Show.
All right, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to the Larry Steinhouse Show.
Yeah.
Hey, after a little break and some time off, we're back and better than ever. I am your host, Larry Steinhouse, and I'm thrilled to be joined by the one and only Omri Morad,
Omri.
and
Omri,
his
sorry.
always entertaining Israeli charm, and the wonderful Dr. Deb Anderson, who is finally back from vacation and ready to bring her thoughtful insights and grounded wisdom to the show. Boy, ChatGPT has your personality down. All right, we've got a lot to catch up on this week, from politics to the economy, the latest in financial trends, and we'll be diving deep into what's happening in the world and what it means for your personal finances. As always, we'll throw in a little bit of off-the-wall banter, plenty of laughs, and of course some shocking comments to keep things interesting.
Best one ever.
We want to hear from you. The number to call is
855-939-1137. 1137. 1137. 855-939-1137.
Whether you want to weigh in on current events, ask for advice, or just join in on the fun, we're able to take your calls and read your comments live on the air. So if you're watching, of course, on YouTube, on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, or Twitter, we can also get your comments on the air. As always, we're broadcasting live from the Investor Schooling headquarters. If you're ready to learn how to invest in real estate, stocks, build real wealth, Investor Schooling is the place to be. So grab a seat, settle in, and get ready for another engaging hour of financial talk, lively insights, and plenty of fun. It's the Larry I can't even say my own name. Forget about your name. It's the Larry Steinhouse Show, and we're back with all three of us in action. Let's get going. Yeah. You like that one?
Yes.
Okay.
So the
I
only
like that
thing
one
we
a lot, too.
forgot is to tell people how, which is to go to investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com and RSVP for a free class this Thursday.
What?
It's a free class.
What?
Free. And it's not by the hour.
What?
Tell me, Glenn, when you say in the beginning of every show, you're hot, are you referring to me?
No, he's referring to me. What are you talking about?
Every show.
I'm taking a call.
He's taking a call. He doesn't want to banter with you. He's taking a call. So what he's referring to, for you guys who are listening on the radio, if you guys are on live on the air, live on Facebook and LinkedIn, you heard it. But if you're listening to radio, so right before we go on the air, Glenn lets us know that the microphones are hot in case we want to burp or
cough,
or I was going to say something else, but I'm not sure. I guess
we're still doing it. Yeah.
Another bodily function. I'm not sure if it's legal or whatever.
Yeah.
So we know. So he says we're hot. And then we quiet up. But Omri doesn't usually quiet up anyway.
No. But that's part of this show. We are real.
That's right, we are
Nothing here is scripted in any way.
No, absolutely not.
No.
Okay, so it's like another normal show.
Mm-hmm.
What do we want to talk about? What would you like to talk about, Omri?
I wanted that Dr. Dab will talk, because anyway she will give us you never know, talk about me and all that.
That's not.
Oh my
I'm just
goodness.
saying.
And she has a lot of things going on in her life right now.
Yeah, Dr. Deb's buying a lot of houses.
She is. I'm very happy for her.
I'm excited, actually.
I know.
So how are you guys finding something interesting? Did you notice that? Okay, you ever hear the expression, like, if you hang around 4 friends that are rich, you'll become rich. If you hang around 4 friends
you're
who
you're
are
the combination of your top 5 friends or 4 friends or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Have you guys noticed that now all of us are elevating. Like we were stagnant for a while, right? Right now we're all elevating. And isn't it interesting? Like, I started doing some different things. You started doing some different things. Omri started doing some different things. And we're elevating. And I mean, literally the things that have happened to us in the last 6 months are incredible. Between the stock options that we've been doing, between properties we've been buying, money we've been making, and it's funny how it's happening to all of us. It's not just happening to one of us. It's happening to all of us. Funny how it's happening to all of us. It's not just happening to one of us. It's happening to all of us. So how cool is that? So it really is true. The people you hang around are going to affect you.
It's that, and the fact that when you do, things happen. When you don't do,
right,
and you always find an excuse why not to do something, nothing will happen for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, all these things. I mean, my finances have gone up incredibly over the last 6 months.
Not to do something for you.
Yeah, all these things. I'm gone up. I've done nothing but concentrate on them, and I don't make any more money. I don't. I don't have a job. I didn't get a raise. You know what I mean?
You didn't put a lot of effort to it.
Well,
we need to understand when you say I didn't do nothing.
But I didn't. I did put a lot of effort. I just put. All right. Let me say I didn't put a lot of. I put different effort. Like I tried to experiment with some different efforts, right? And there you go. So it looks like we have what do we got? We got Marlon. So it's funny, Marlon. I have been meaning to call you back, so I'm really glad. Let's talk about it on the phone. So real quick, before I get to you, Marlon, just so you know, so Marlon was talking about the $50,000 that I put in an account. And I've been drawing some incredible returns off it. I'll get back to that in a minute, but it's funny because Marlon is a former student of us. He hasn't been a student for about 3 or 4 years now.
Really?
Yeah, and he he's been hearing about the $50,000 in the account, and he's been calling me. And I was away. I was in the Bahamas, Marlon, so that's why I didn't call you back. But while we're on the phone, while we're here, what's going on, Marlon? How are you?
Good, Larry. What do you mean former student? I'm not a student anymore?
Well, no, you haven't renewed.
Oh, I want to be one of those foreigners on the radio. That's what it is.
I love the accent, right? So if we put you on here, we'll have your accent. We have Omri's accent. Can you say the phone number? Marlon, say the phone number.
No, it would be better, man. Jamaican, right?
Oh my goodness! No, I'm from Suriname.
Okay, I got you.
Suriname is in South America, just north of Brazil.
There you go. So Marlon, I know you've been calling me, and like again, I literally have the voicemail still on my phone. Supposed to call you back, and I just haven't because I was in the Bahamas. I was busy all day yesterday. I was closing.
You see how he's I was in the Bahamas? He keeps bringing it up that he was in the Bahamas, that we weren't in the Bahamas. He's brought it up like 4 or 5 times already.
And the cabana that I had, I rented a cabana.
I saw the cabana.
I rented a cabana.
I don't understand why you don't invite us to go to the Bahamas with you. Like, why is it that we don't go?
Because if you go, then who's going to be here doing class while I'm in the Bahamas?
So I think at some point we should maybe close the school for 1 week.
I'm thinking we could do class in the Bahamas next year.
Maybe we do class in the Bahamas.
All right, so next year, I tried.
You should just train more of the foreign people to take over the show.
There we go.
All right, this is my promise to you
Don't
guys.
put me with you, man. I want to be in the Bahamas too.
Next year, we'll all go to Bahamas together. Is that cool?
All right.
And you can bring your spouses.
All right.
All right.
I think we
you got to
should
pay
do
for your
that.
room. You got to pay.
Well, whatever.
I'll buy the cabana. I have no problem with that.
All right.
But okay. All right. Cool. You guys will go.
Well, if I can open that $50,000 account, I can do it.
That's true. That's actually true. You want one month's worth of payment up to $50,000.
Yeah.
So real quick. So just because it's a new show, let me just tell you what I've been doing, and then Marlon, I'll get to your question in a second. So for you guys who don't know, I've been I created a special way to invest in covered calls that I tested. So then I put $50,000 into account January 1st just to prove to everybody that it really works. So I use $50,000 because it's an obtainable number, right? It's a number that people can understand, people can relate to. If I put in $500,000, it's $500,000, no wonder. But if I put in $50,000, it's a number anybody can relate to. So $50,000 the very first month, I drew $4,675.10 out of the account, and I still had $48,385. The next month, I withdrew I withdrew $39,0852, and I had $47,102 left. Then I withdrew $4,550.10. Anyway, the long story short, I've drawn out of this account $28,077.58, and I still have, believe it or not, $55,000 in this account because that's the way this thing works. So I've been doing it consistently. I've been doing it for almost 2 years. I'm sorry, almost a little over a year right now, consistently showing how this works. And theoretically, this is an account that you can draw off of forever. Yeah. I mean, forever. Like I never have to take this money out, and I'll keep drawing off money off it forever.
And what I think is great, I'm just going to chime in here real quick, is that we started doing a covered call challenge at the school. So all the students who were interested, they put $10,000 into an account, and they get to pick their own stocks and do whatever covered calls they want off of their stocks. And whoever has the most money at the end of July, they get a trophy, and they get a trophy.
Yeah, the trophy's in front. I got the trophy.
Yeah, I saw the trophy.
It's a nice big
trophy. Yeah,
2-foot trophy. It's really, really nice.
Yeah,
okay.
and then dinner. So a lot of the students are really excited about that.
Like, it's actually a really cool. Yeah. It's a cool little thing. It's like just a little bit of competition. So, Marlon, what is your question?
Yes. My question is simply, if I have funds like that, can you help me set up an account like that? Of course, I'll have to renew, I'm sure.
Yeah, of course, right. So as a student of investor schooling, you have access to all these lessons. So we did a 6-week series on this, which is so we literally just finished a 6-week series on this. Now, understand, if you're a student and if you're thinking about becoming a student of investor schooling and you go to investorschooling.com, that's investorschooling.com, you could sign up. You'll come here on Thursday night. But if you become a student, you will now have access to that 6-week series anytime. So sometimes we repeat the series, sometimes we do other things, sometimes we talk about real estate, sometimes we talk about taxes, sometimes we talk about health insurance, sometimes we talk about all these different things. But that 6-week series on this and this theoretical system, it's not theoretical, the system is real.
It works.
It was theory before I proved it, right? Mm-hmm. This system is all there. So if you become a student, you learn how to do it. I've also traded for people. I've also traded people's money sometimes. But that's a special thing, and you have to be only certain people I can do that with. All right, so if you want to learn, Marlon, first thing, why don't you show up Monday, and we'll talk about renewing your studentship, and we'll get you going, man.
Well, okay, just some other issues, but when I talk to you later on, are you going to call me back, or do I have to show up on Monday? How's this going to work?
I don't care. If you need to talk to me, I will talk to you, man. You're a former student. I consider all my former students important people. Well, almost except for maybe 2.
Don't go there.
And the funny part is that Debbie's like, which 2? Which 2?
No, I know exactly which 2. Don't go there.
Exactly which 2, right?
Exactly. Don't go there.
All right, maybe it's 3 then.
I even was the Swami one night, for Pete's sake.
What did I say?
I was the Swami one night.
He was a Swami.
Oh, no, you mean the stock option sultan.
Yeah, the Sultan. Yeah, he looks like a Swami to me. So.
Swami? What is a Swami? I have to know.
A Sultan.
I don't know. That character looks like a Swami to me. They wear a big hat.
Swami? Yeah, so what is a Swami?
He's calling the stock option sultan the stock option Swami. But I like sultan sounds better because Swami sounds like a sandwich you eat.
Swami,
it's like a magician. It's like a type
Swami? What is Swami?
He's talking about shawarma. He's all over
shawarma. I want you.
I wanted him to think that I was talking about shawarma when all I did was make a dumb joke that Swami sounded like shawarma, and now he thinks I'm the stock option sandwich.
We really need to order food to the studio one day.
I meant to say, my bad.
No, it's not you, man.
No,
it's
that's
us.
fine. So, all right, I'll try to give you a call after the show on the way home. How's that, Marlon? All right.
That sounds great.
All right,
I'm
buddy.
looking forward to hearing from you, and I'll try to be there on Monday.
Amazing.
It's at 7, right?
Yeah, no, 6. So
6
on
o'clock.
Mondays it's 6. On Thursdays it's 7. So be there Monday at 6.
You got it, Larry. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Looking forward to you. Take care, Marlon. Good to hear from you again. Okay, so if anybody else has any questions on that or anything else we're doing,
855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137. Sorry for interrupting you at 855-939-1137. What's the number? It's 855-939-1137. 30 what? 37.
Do you know the number?
I do.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. So call us, and you will get, and of course Marlon will also get a free ticket to our event, to the Money Hack event next Saturday.
Right. So next week we have a Money Hacks event. We have an event called Money Hacks that we do about 4 times a year. It's a full day event. It's intense learning. We have some really cool people coming. We have somebody to talk about. What do we have people talking about? We have people talking about what?
We have assisted living. Somebody's doing the assisted living.
Now, when we say assisted living, we're talking about buying a house and turning it into an assisted living facility that you can make a whole lot of money off a house that you didn't spend a whole lot of money for.
Yeah.
So just understand, we're not talking about you going into assisted living. We don't do that. We teach you how.
Maybe we can. I don't know.
Yeah, if you do go into assisted living after you come to investor schooling, you could rent a really nice assisted living place. But the point is, we're going to teach you how to do that. I know, that didn't even make any sense.
That didn't make any sense. But anyway, so the speaker, I heard her speak in the past, and she's fantastic. She really is truly fantastic. She's a really, really great speaker. But she does this whole business model where she buys houses, and then she turns them, however many rooms, and she turns them in anywhere, I think, from between 5 and 13 rooms, and she turns them into assisted living places. And then she talks to you about how to make it into a business, how to hire the people, things to look for, that kind of thing. So she's really incredible. I'm looking forward to hearing her again. And then we're also going to have Devin Burr, who's coming out. He's going to be talking about the infinite banking. But he does a little bit of a different spin on it, so it's really pretty cool. And his story is truly amazing. Have you guys ever hear his story?
No, but I'm looking forward to hearing it
next
week.
His story is it's really amazing. I'm hoping he kind of goes into his story and how he started. But he's, truly has an amazing story. Then we have Joel, who's going to be coming out, who does.
So you know what Joe's going to be talking about now? Joe does Burr loans, but basically helping people get refinance loans. But Joel wants to be a motivational speaker
because
that's what he wants to do.
Last year during the Money Hack event, he told his personal story. Do you remember that? Yeah. He's one inspirational person.
He's extremely inspirational, and I'm telling you right now.
Oh my God!
Just listening to Joel speak will motivate you amazingly. Then we got.
His life story is amazing.
Yeah, we also have one of my mentors coming, Bill Walsh, who will talk to you about how you can make your business build bigger and better. I have to tell you that this guy has made investor schooling bigger and better since I've hired him as a coach. So he's incredible. He'll be talking also. We have this guy coming to talk about points, credit card points, which blows my mind. Something that I had not been teaching. I teach people how to get massive credit cards. So I have 76 credit cards, $1.2 million worth of available credit that I can use and access anytime. I can even buy houses on credit cards. Once I teach you how to do it, it's pretty easy. However, I've never really done much with the points. I pretty much get a Capital Grille gift card now and then from American Express, but I haven't done much with points. He said, stop getting the Capital Grille gift card. He said, go to Capital Grille, spend your money there, and use the points that you're buying for the credit card that you were going to turn into a gift card. Use those points instead of doing that. Use those points to go to Greece, first class, for 100,000 points. Which blew my mind when he said that. So I'm really looking forward to him.
I tell you why I'm extremely excited about that, because the credit card companies became like the health insurance companies. That the system is so complex that you have no way to understand that.
The point system.
The point system.
Yeah.
Because you get cash back, you get point, you get all that, and then you get to the conversion ratio. Right. That 100,000 point in this card is not like 100,000 points in this card.
Exactly.
Everything became like the bill you get from your insurance company.
And I think that's what he does. I think what he does is he teaches you how to take your points from this card, put it over here. You can move the points to somewhere else and use those points. I don't know. Look, whatever it is, all I know is I can't wait to find out more about it. I met him in the Bahamas. When I went to the Bahamas without you guys.
And you brings it back.
You know what you had there? You had a cabana.
I had a cabana that I paid for, right? Yes. Wait, the cabana was so good that on one side of the cabana was a private beach.
Seriously?
The cabana had a private beach on one side, and on the other side it had a beautiful infinity pool.
Okay.
So yeah,
I got married in the Bahamas.
Yeah, you did, huh?
Yeah, I did.
Did you have a cabana when you got married?
No, I don't think so. I don't remember. It's been a long time.
Did you have a private beach?
So we opted not to get married on the beach because we were in front of everybody.
But did you have a private beach?
No, we did not have a private beach, Larry.
You're listening to the Larry Steinhouse show, and we are trying to avoid him right now because Larry Steinhouse from the Larry Steinhouse show.
Hold on, we actually have somebody on the phone. We have Eileen. What's going on, Eileen? Are you there?
Alan.
Oh, Alan.
Alan.
Oh, I'm sorry, Alan. That's just what's going on. I need new glasses. It's to the point where I need new glasses again because I'm telling you, it looked like AILEN, and now I look at it again. It's Alan. So I'm sorry, Alan. How are you?
No worries.
Hey, wait. Did I misgender you?
You did, but that's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
It's okay. I've been listening to you guys for a while. As a matter of fact, I called in a few weeks ago, maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago. And I'm following up because you at that time, I think you talked about this $50,000 investment where you can get this draw off at like $3,000 or $4,000 a month. My question to you is about investorschooling.com. So if I go to this meeting, this free meeting you have every Thursday, will I walk out of that meeting knowing how to do that?
Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
You will learn.
My second question relates to that. I just know for that. How long do I have to be enrolled in investorschooling.com to learn that strategy?
That's a better
Is it going to take me 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years? I want to just know a bit more about the format of investorschooling.com.
So let me answer all of those questions. The first thing is, Thursday night, when you arrive on a Thursday night, we don't sell you anything. It's not even a sales presentation. It is an actual class. So we have a class every Thursday night, and that class every Thursday night is for people who are students of investor schooling. We invite people in like yourself to come see this class. Now, sometimes the class might be over your head, but we tell you that, look, this is over your head. There's certain things you're gonna learn. Maybe you learn 1/10 of what you would learn, but you would learn something. You'll leave there learning something. I guarantee that. That's always, and we always make sure you did. Okay, but typically to trade stock options, you're typically looking at 2 to 3 months of being a student at investor schooling, watching some videos that we have for you, meeting with me privately. So one of the things that we do is I have coaching services where I meet with you privately. So all my students meet with me privately. In fact, if you become a student, you get access to my calendar and you make your own coaching appointments. It's not even like you have to call somebody and say, oh, is Larry available on this day? No, you have access to my calendar. You click a button, you click that day, that time, and you and I will meet on that time either via Zoom or in person. In person is fun, but Zoom is fine. So about 2 or 3 months from now,
is that price included or that's an additional fee?
No, it's all included. It's all included.
Okay.
Yeah. So so that's what you do. So you come in, and basically what I want you to do is I want you to see if you like my teaching style. Look, there are people who don't like my teaching style. My teaching style is this show.
Listen, wait. If I don't like I don't care about your teaching style if I can learn how to make $4,000 a month on $50,000. Okay, I can get over your teaching style.
It's not true. It's not true.
Yeah,
What's not true?
No, it's true to a point.
You need to be in appreciation and in a point that someone in front of you know what he's speaking in order to basically accept that, learn that, believe in that, and then do it.
I hear what you're saying. From my perspective, if you guys are anything near what you're like right now, I like the style.
Okay.
So
that's what
am I going to have to sit there for 3 to 6 months?
No. You're going to want.
I don't want to wait for that. I want to get in there. I want to figure out. I want to move on this quick and make it happen.
Listen. Okay. Do you remember when you were 12 years old? Had you ever driven a car before you were 12 years old?
No.
Okay. So if your mother handed you the keys and said, "Hey, Alan, go get groceries from the store," would you be able to drive that car and go to groceries and not wreck it? What do you think?
No.
Right. That's the point. The point is you have to learn certain things before you can do this. Can I do it for you? Yes. I have a deal where I do it for people. It's got to be somebody I know. It's got to be they have to have a certain net worth because and they have a certain agreement where I'll do it for them. I take a bulk of the profit, but I'll do it for them and still making an incredible number. But you need to understand that if you want to learn how to do it, it takes time. It's like driving a car. That pedal in the middle or the pedal to the left. If you hit it too hard, the car's going to jerk. If you hit the gas pedal too hard, you're going to go through the plate glass window in front of you. You need to learn how to do it.
Right.
I can't just show you how to do it in 2 days.
So my question then is, so investor schooling, it sounds like you, from what I understood from the previous discussion earlier, you got a set routine of what classes you're going to be teaching, showing up. So if I show up on Thursday and I enroll in the class, I might have to wait 9 months till you get to that.
No, nothing like that. Nothing like that at all.
No, in fact,
nothing like that.
In fact, you can enroll in Thursday. Well, you wouldn't enroll on Thursday. You'd enroll on Monday because we don't enroll people on Thursday. We wanted to see the mastermind first. But if you came and you enrolled right off, you would have access to all of the classes that we just did. You have access to other classes. You have access to other things, and you have access to me. So if you say, "Hey, Larry, I don't want to learn anything but this technique you're talking about. That's all I want to learn." It doesn't matter. You can learn the other things anyway because it's very funny. People come all the time. They're like, I only wanted to learn this. Now I'm learning this. Now I want to learn this. I also want to say one other thing, right? I haven't given you 100% of the details of this. There is a small risk involved, and the risk is your principal, not.
Of course.
And I have to say it because I don't want anybody to think he's giving unrealistic expectations. I'm giving you accurate expectations. The only thing is the principal might change. If the principal changes, then the number that you can take out changes too. So if you put in 50,000 and you pick the wrong stock and it goes down to 25,000, the 8 or 9% ish about that you're going to take out is now based on 25,000, not on 50,000.
Correct.
So just understand that these are some of the things we explain, but theoretically, and I'm telling you, theoretically, you could draw off this account forever. So 5 years from now, I'm still drawing off of this account that I put $50,000 into it. It may not be worth $50,000. Maybe it's worth $20,000. I'm still drawing. It may be worth more. By the way, it can go up. It can go down fast, but it can't go up. It goes up slow just because of the way it's designed.
Is it possible? Okay, is it possible to diversify that and say put it into like an ETF? Does it still work? Put that money into an ETF to really keep it diversified?
No.
Okay.
You could take the profit if you want. So, you have to understand, you take the profit. So, this system that we use says you must take it as an income. Remember those numbers I gave you? For example, let me just call it up one more time. So for example, the very first month I put in 50,000. Remember I said I took out $4,675.10? You have to take the 46.75.10. You can't leave it in the account. If you leave it in the account, the risk goes from 3.4 to 7, real fast. So that's why you have to take it out. Now, if you took that money and bought an ETF, that's fine. Sure, you could now parlay that money in an ETF. I don't care. It doesn't matter. You can even open up another account and do it again. When it comes up to when you get to 50,000 again, now you're doing it with two accounts of 50,000. That's fine. But you need to understand the only way this works is it only works as an income generating machine. Now, what you do with the income, it doesn't matter. But it only works as an income generating machine. That's what. It took me years of figuring this out and years of experimenting and years of testing things to figure this out. Do I know? I don't even know anybody else who's talking about this. And it's amazing to me. I know I didn't invent it, and I know there's other people doing it. It just has to be. I can't be that smart.
So please, Ellen, don't go. I hear from your voice how keen you are to go and learn that. Don't go online, find all kind of videos and do it on your own. Because we have
lose your money. You'll lose all your money.
Coming on Thursday, and we see their broken face, and we immediately understand, and we refer to that. I understand you want to learn. It won't happen after 1 or 2 Thursday. It will take some time, but when you will do it, you will be successful. So do it patiently, do it right, and I promise it will benefit you much better. I understand you want to learn it. You want all this information in your mind right now.
Right.
It doesn't work that way.
Actually, we have one program for that.
Yeah,
it's
how much?
$50 billion.
$50 billion.
And here's what the $50 billion is for. Well, let me explain.
No, he's not kidding.
Let me explain what
He's
it's
not
for.
Kidding.
The $50 billion is what we're going to do is we're going to create this helmet that has all these wires on it, and I put it on my head, and then you put it on your head, and all the information from my head goes to your head in 5 minutes.
Sweet.
So if you want to learn it in 5 minutes,
I'm not quite to the 50 billion spot right now. So it's no, I haven't been to investor schooling yet. How can I get to 50 billion? Right.
Right. So you have to go exactly. So go to investorschooling.com. Are you going to show up on Thursday? We lost him. What did you say?
What did you say?
Things going on every time. I listen to you guys almost every Saturday. Okay, I've got you on for about an hour. I'm doing some running around some stuff. And it's on my agenda to make. I just don't know when I can get it in my schedule.
So Alan, let me ask you a question, right? Let me ask you a question. This just blows my mind. And I want you guys to just verify this before I ask him a question. Didn't he say he wanted to learn this instantly?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Right. I want to learn it instantly, but I can't make it to class. Alan, there are two words. There are two words that I would say to you right now that I can't say them on the air.
beep,
you know
beep.
how many scams are out there? You know how many scams are out there? Oh, you can learn this and this. So I'm
You are completely.
How legitimate this is behind this when you're making these things, these statements. I'm trying to understand the validity of this. And I
will pull out my statements. I will show you every number and where it came from.
Ellen.
But here's the thing. How much am I charging you to come Thursday?
It's free on Thursday.
Exactly. Great. Exactly. We want you to see. We want you to feel it. You want
to enroll in the school then for the ongoing. What's
the
price for the day?
Come, it's free.
Right, it's free. And here's the thing, right? If you came to me on Thursday and you said, "Here's $200,000," which, by the way, is a lot more than our program by far, I would say, "No, you can't enroll." We don't do that. We don't let you enroll on Thursday. We just won't let you do it.
The word that you just described, the word with all the cons and everything that's going on, with all the people that take your money and you don't know what, all this word is the reason we are doing what we are doing the way we are doing it. You will come, you will see that we are real, we are the same people, you will see that we have a brick and mortar building, you will see exactly how we run this place, and I assure you that in the end of the night, you will have much more confidence in us.
How do you feel about that?
All right. I feel great about it. I feel great. It just, again, I want to. I'm doing a little bit of my own due diligence and betting here.
Okay, Alan.
Do it
before I hang up on you, because that's what I really feel like doing right now.
No, don't.
Before I hang up on you, I'm going to ask you one question, and if the answer is no, I'm going to hang up on you. So, Glenn, make sure the second he says no, you go click. Okay? Are you showing up Thursday night?
I want to. I don't know if I can get it.
It's a yes or no question. Are you showing up Thursday night?
He's gone. I hung up.
But we still no. But we want to make sure.
See,
Ellen,
it's amazing, right?
We still
I want to learn this, but I don't want to show up for a free class because you might rip me off for free. I mean, what the heck is wrong with people?
So, Alan, if you're still listening, you can always come to the Money Hacks next Saturday. So there's another.
I'm not giving him a free ticket.
Okay, no, but you'll have to pay for that one.
You
so
do.
No.
I don't want him to come.
If he come, wait, stop, Ellen. If you are coming to class this Thursday, you are getting a ticket for the Money Hack.
But if you don't come to
class,
I don't want to
this
see him.
Thursday, and I promise you, it will be the first step in the change in your life.
No, I want him to go home and go, there's some guy out there making 9% a month, and I really wish I could do that, but I'm too lazy to show up for class because I have other things in my life. Wah!
Can you stop?
No.
Okay. People have the hard time making the first step, and I don't think we have one student that after they made the first step, they regret it. Never. So we just need to make them.
Unless they don't show up.
I know. We need to make them.
Do you remember? You remember my favorite? So we have over 205 5-star Google reviews. Go look them up, Alan. Right? 205 5-star Google reviews. We used to have one negative review, and I loved it. It was my favorite review. You know why? The guy writes, "Don't waste your money." Right? You know what my response was? My response was, yes, you're correct. Don't waste your money if you're not going to show up to class. Don't waste your money if you're not going to make coaching appointments with me. Don't waste your money if when you do show up for class, you sit there on your phone the whole time, not paying attention. And by the way, didn't I give you a trade that you made $15,000 on immediately? He took the review down. Because I insulted him so badly and told him the truth. So here, Alan, if you want to come to class, you're gonna do really well if you show up. Can I guarantee it? No, I'm not allowed to guarantee it. By law, I'm not allowed to guarantee it. But I guarantee you that if you don't show up, you're not going to learn any techniques, and you can't, and you'll have a 100% success rate of failure.
We got Carrie. We have a student on the line, Kimi, who is a very successful student of investor schooling, and she said this guy is going to try to do it on his own and screw up. And she said that based on stories we are hearing all the time. Stories that we're hearing all the time.
All right, so we're going to go to Carrie right now online. Carrie, come on over.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Hey, Carrie. How you doing?
Pretty good.
And this is Carrie, our student.
So, yes.
Right? Oh, okay. Wait. This is I
didn't realize it was Carrie. Okay,
I know it is, right? So, wait. So, Carrie, can you tell Alan what a...
Or anybody else.
Yeah, what a dumb he is?
Yeah, dumbass. I can straightforward vouch for the fact that the program did work for me.
And it did change my life. I'm not going to lie. It has. I'm not one who has to flaunt what I'm doing, so you know what I mean? But it did change my life. I did a lot, even for the first year. I talked about it, having 2 rentals, within the first 8 months of the program. Casey doing very well on stock options. It worked for us, and it's still working.
What do you think you made? What do you think you made? In net worth or in income since you were a student of investor schooling?
God, I mean, Casey alone made the $46,000 within the first 8 months.
Yeah, right.
And then the one real estate property that we got was free and clear. I paid it off in a year. So whatever we got from that, $1,200 a month for, the 4 years.
And what's the property worth?
I bought it for $17,000, and we're about to sell it for about $140,000.
Nice.
So we did it right with you. So she just accounted for only $200,000. That's all she accounted for, only $200,000. So you said you did more than that. So but she accounted for $200,000 of stuff because we taught her what she learned. Right? And she came, by the way, and Alan, she didn't say, "Oh, I'm skeptical." She came, she took out a credit card, she gave it to me, she said, "Teach me." I did, and there she is. So thank you, Carrie. We appreciate you.
I'm not giving up. I'm going to keep going.
Of course.
But I'm totally interested in, I didn't know what date it was, but you did repeat it. The function next weekend.
Oh, the Money Hacks event.
Money Hacks,
sure.
Next Saturday.
I really like that. I really like that assisted living idea.
Yeah.
That is, because me and Casey, we don't want to hold on to the 2 regular rentals. We do want to kind of weigh our options and maybe transfer to something else. We were thinking about B&Bs, only because that's part of what I do. But the Poconos is overflooded. I don't know. I guess moving on, we don't know what to do from here. We want to reinvest, but we haven't decided what we want to do.
Well, I haven't seen you in class in a while. This is what happens.
Yeah.
You know what happens? This is what happens. The students they get really successful and they stop coming in, right? Yeah. And then they get stuck. So Carrie sounds like she's stuck, right? And you're like, I wonder why you're stuck, Carrie.
Just come.
Because you haven't been in class in a while.
Yep.
It happens all the time.
I'm going to come to next weekend.
Yeah, so come next weekend.
To next week's function and go from there.
So go. I tell you what. Use the coupon code WPHT, and we'll give you a free ticket. So go there. Go to 4mmw.com. The number 4mmw.com.
MMW.
And use the coupon code WPHT. And we will give you a free ticket. So that's good for everybody out there, too. Anybody who's listening, next Saturday. By the way, Alan, if you want to be even more skeptical, you should come on Saturday and listen to all the other people who are really super successful tell you their story from the stage. So if you really want to be skeptical, you could sit there and go, "There's no way that guy made $1 million. It's impossible." And you can do that all your life. That's why you'll stay broke. Right? Broke people complain. Rich people make decisions quickly. All right, Carrie, thank you so much. We love you.
Awesome.
We'll talk to you soon.
You're welcome.
And we'll
Have a great day.
All right, let's go to commercials so everybody else can get skeptical. This is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling. Did you know that you can buy real estate with absolutely no money out of your pocket? That's right. If you've listened to our show or if you've read my book, Money Hacks, I talk about how to buy real estate with absolutely no money out of your pocket. You should come this Thursday night to a complimentary class at Investor Schooling and learn more. Learn how to buy properties with no money. Learn how to make money at closings and learn how to make a monthly income. Go to investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com. Take your complimentary class this Thursday. Hey, this is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling. Did you know that there are a lot of altruistic reasons that you should become a real estate investor? That's right. You get to rent houses to really nice people who need houses. And you know what? When there's a housing shortage and you have a house for them, they are so happy. I've actually gotten hugs from tenants. So come to investorschooling.com and you will learn how to be a landlord the right way. That's right. We have a complimentary class this Thursday night. And this way, you can get hugs from your tenants too. Go to investorschooling.com. We'll see you Thursday night at 7 o'clock. Hi, this is Larry Steinhouse, and I want to let you know that I buy houses. I buy houses from people that may be a tired landlord, maybe somebody who's having trouble selling their house, or maybe someone who needs to sell their house quickly. Well, all you need to do is call 855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137, and I promise to answer the phone and help you with your situation. That's right, your house may be cluttered. It may be a house that a relative left you, or it may just be a house you just want to get rid of. 855-939-1137. This is Larry
All right, same deal. Music at 59. Hard out 59.30. No calls right now.
That's right. We have something that we teach called stock options, and you can make a lot of money with a little bit of money using stock options. Yep, you got to learn how to do it. So go to investorschooling.com and you will learn how to do it. Take a complimentary class this Thursday, and I'm going to teach you that and more.
You want some more spots? Are you good?
That's investorschooling.com. We'll see you there.
This program is paid for by Investor Schooling.
I'm digging this music. This is the music.
That's what we need.
No, this is the music of Alan going to his computer and typing in investorschooling.com and signing up for class this Thursday. What's the matter, Omri? You don't like the fact that I keep referring to Alan?
I think that...
I don't
No.
I don't.
I want to tell you something. I want to tell you something because I'm your friend for years. And we are best friends, you and me.
Right.
People sometimes, in the first time they meet you and they feel you, they can get offended.
Yeah,
and they don't understand.
You're a difficult
they
guy.
don't understand what's behind. They don't understand how big is your heart. They don't understand how good are your intention.
Yeah.
And the most they don't understand is how much you care about their success.
Yeah.
And with most people don't understand. And this is your sickness, but I guess it's a good sickness. You care about people's success more than they care.
That's right.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
That's right.
You get real upset when people don't succeed because they do mistakes, because they don't ask you, because they do stupid moves. They don't care sometimes, but you care. When people go through this and they feel who is, to me at least, the real Larry Steinhouse, I still hate you sometimes, but who to me is the real Larry Steinhouse, they're ready for a treat.
Yeah, you can be a bit tough. You know what I mean?
Don't say this. You can't say it on the radio.
No, you can be a bit tough. But I mean, Omri's right. I mean, you have a big heart, but you have to get through that exterior pain of the ass part of you, to be able to get to that part. And I think most of our students, you can say ass.
Ass.
You can't go, say other things, but you can say that.
Okay.
But I mean, once you get through that exterior, pain in the ass that you are, then they see your real heart and that you really are trying to help. You know what I mean? And there's no doubt. It took me a while to see that too. I mean, it wasn't like instant for me either. So it took you're definitely a challenge.
You still have your moment.
Oh, him and I still get into
we all do.
We all still have our moment.
I think there's nothing funnier than an argument between the three of us.
Yeah.
And I think part of it too is like I'm not scared to stand up to you where other people are scared to stand up to you. You know what I mean? And then you're not scared to stand up to him.
No,
either.
I don't. I argue with him all the time.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. I think
I make people stand up to me.
Yeah.
No.
Right? Yes, I do.
No, I think some people are very shy away from that.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Glenn, can I say ass?
Well, at this point, it doesn't matter now.
If it means, yeah, really.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
If it means that much to you, Omri, yes, you can say ass.
Okay. Can you tell me I'm hot? Irrelevant to the other topic.
I'm going to start charging you.
I have a question actually on the covered call thing. So I have 3 different accounts in Charles Schwab, and one is, that $50,000 one, right. And one is my HSA. And one is my IRA.
Oh, wait. Glenn online, he goes,
one HSA, IRA.
Oh, wait. Online. Dude, actually, he's one of our that he doesn't want to renew his program.
Oh, the two of you need to get over your garbage.
He doesn't want to. I've made so much money. Why do I need to renew my program?
He's still our friend, and we love him.
He writes pain in the ass is an understatement.
It's funny because when I chatted with Glenn like a week ago, and he brought it up to me again, and I'm like, the two of you need to get over your crap.
I don't care if you don't want to make any more money and want me to help me make any more money. I don't care. You don't have to come here and make any more money. But if you do, you'll make more money. Just imagine. Do you think Glenn would have been part of the Cover Call Challenge?
Is he part of it? Is he part of the covered call
He
challenge?
would have been.
Oh, yeah, he probably
He would have been.
He
He would have learned these covered calls. He would be going,
Yeah.
wow, I made so much money in just 2 months. I could have paid for the school so many times. But no, Glenn's stubborn. He's not, it's not even like Glenn's a really nice guy. Actually, I call him up for some things because he does some really cool stuff.
We're still good friends, yeah.
Right. But it's just so funny how stubborn he is. I'm not going to renew because I'm not going to renew. There's no other reason. It's just because I don't want to renew. Okay, don't. So just to confirm that what he said is I'm a pain in the ass is an understatement. He goes
I'm renewing. That's funny. Glenn, we love you, Glenn. We love you, Glenn.
He's a great guy. We love him.
He goes, you got me. That's so funny.
That is funny. All right, we look forward to seeing you on Thursday night. Come on, Glenn.
Please. We miss you.
So anyway, this is real. The way we coach our people, this is exactly it. I'm going to tell you what it's all about. I'm going to tell you, when I think you totally screwed it up. I'm going to tell you screwed it up. I've had students that, it drives me. The ones that drive me the craziest are the ones who make mistakes, and they say to me, I'm like, well, why didn't you come to me before you bought this property? Why didn't you come to me before you made that trade? Well, I knew you would think it was a bad idea. Yeah, it was the funniest thing. It's like literally happened where somebody the other day said to me, they said, I knew you would think it was a bad idea, so I didn't want to tell you about it. Well, if you knew I was going to say it was a bad idea, why would you do it? Number one, and number two, why wouldn't you come to me? I was afraid you'd think it was a bad idea. I'm like, that's silly. That's what we're here for. We're here to make sure you don't make mistakes. Yeah. Listen, I paid the idiot tax. I don't want you to pay the idiot tax.
All of us. All of us.
43 years I've been doing real estate.
We all did it. We all did it. Come and learn from our mistakes.
Yeah.
And more than that, I appreciate people that try. I think they should come and talk to us before, but I appreciate people that try and do on their own better than people that don't do.
Absolutely.
Because we have people that are learning, but for some reason they have hard time to do the first step, to make the first effort, to do the first thing, stocks or real estate. And yet, if you do it and you make mistakes, you come up from the other side stronger.
Right, exactly.
We all made mistakes.
I mean, look, I have a mentor. I told you actually he's going to be there next week. My mentor is Bill Walsh. He's a really great mentor for me. And, I hate this guy at times. It's funny because people hate me at times, right? Yep. So I totally get it. But, Bill has been telling me to use one contact method. He's been telling me to use it for 4 years. And for 4 years, I'm like, yeah. I'm like Glenn, yeah. But the difference between Glenn and I is I'm actually paying for the software that I'm not using. For 4 years, I've been paying for the software that I'm not using. He goes, use the software. Use it like this. I used it the last 2 days in a row, and I got more people to my webinars than I've ever gotten in my life. Like, we have our Piece of the Good Life webinar. By the way, in case you don't know, we do a webinar every Saturday morning at 11:30. It's a free webinar for anybody. We talk about stuff in general. And he told me to do it. And he told me to do it a certain way, and I did it. I got more people than I ever got before. So he's right. That's what happens. It's, we're all students. We're all students like that. We're not skeptical. Maybe it is skeptical. I don't know what it is. Or maybe it's cognitive dissonance and going, you can't be right. You can't be right because I have to be right. You know what I mean? And when I finally get past it and go, you're right, that's when you start to learn. And that's like Glenn just now. If he really comes back, that's great. We'll see. He said that to me 7 times before. But if he comes back, it's because he understands that now it's time to come back. He finally made the decision that it's going to be better. Right? And the guy Alan, I've been making fun of you the whole time, Alan. If you show up on Thursday, you're going to learn something. I promise you, you're going to learn something. I don't know what it is, but I promise you're going to learn something, and things are going to change in life. If you want to be if you want to guarantee in life, you want to have 100% guarantee on everything. Here's 100% guarantee: you will fail at everything you don't try,
and you will die one day.
But that's not the point. You will fail at everything you don't try. That's 100% guarantee. Yes. If you don't try stock options, you will automatically fail at stock options. And you know what? That's great because you won't lose any money.
But you won't make anything either.
You won't make anything either, right?
And you won't learn anything.
Right. So you can go through life, going like if you played Monopoly, you can go through life collecting $200 every time you pass go, or you can land on a property and buy it.
What's the most memorable point from our disclaimer? Our most memorable sentence from our disclaimer. If you do nothing,
your results will be nothing.
Exactly.
Right. And it's funny because we talk about it in this scam all the time. It's like people who do nothing. Look, it happens, and I really hate it. There's some people who join investor schooling, and they come and they join investor, and they never show up again. And I'm like, why did you join if you weren't going to show up? All right, and we got Ted. What's going on, Ted?
On that assisted living, I have 2 licensed rooming houses. And is there any special thing that you have to go through with getting a license or, getting people?
There's a whole
there's a whole thing on it. It's not
a
something you just you don't just get a license and then you're done. There's a whole process of doing it. So if you're available next Saturday, why don't you come and you can hear our speaker talk about it? She's fantastic. She learned how to do everything from her father, who has started the whole. I think he was the one who started the whole assisted living business.
He pretty much like created the industry.
Yeah, he created the industry, and then she learned from her father, her and her sisters, and that's what she does now.
Okay.
And it's really good. We recommend you come in, but it's not like a one-step thing and you're done. There's a lot to it.
Yeah, I mean it's a great class, and I've listened to her speak before. It's absolutely fantastic.
She's very good. She's very good.
Well, these rooming houses, they're all fully rented. So maybe I'll just keep them that way.
Yeah, that's fine too.
And,
if you need help with that, we can certainly help you with that too. So people don't understand that investor schooling is just that. It's investor schooling. It's not just real estate. It's not just stock options. It's not just whatever. It's not just tax savings.
You talked when Ellen called. You talked about you need new glasses. It's about how to buy new glasses for zero money.
Right, or write them off on your taxes.
Like anything. It's anything related to everything.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and it's interesting.
Yeah.
And Ted,
I've been doing this for 40 years, so I'm
good.
pretty.
Doing what? Residential rentals?
I have 13 properties in Norristown.
Awesome.
For the last 40.
So Omri probably owns property next door to yours.
Could be, yeah.
Cherry Street. What else?
Yeah.
What's it?
West Area, Cherry, Pearl.
West Area, right?
Yeah.
I have 3 properties on West Area.
Awesome. Come and let's meet on Saturday. I'll be very, very happy to meet you.
And if you're ready to sell them, let us know. Omri's ready to buy them.
Pretty sure.
These are good money-making properties.
Yeah, we know.
I'm sure.
We know. I made the biggest mistake selling Omri all those properties.
Well, I spoke with you long ago, Larry, on a property on DeKalb Street, and I was interested at the time, but my wife wasn't.
Okay.
And that property is 8 apartments, and it averages $1,100 a month, and I own all the properties.
11 per unit.
All right, cool. Well, Ted, we're hoping you'll show up.
It's the green building on DeKalb Street, right?
It's on the corner of Jacoby and DeKalb.
Come on Saturday. We can talk about so many things, you and me. Believe me.
Yeah,
Come on
you guys
Saturday.
have fun just talking about landlording in North.
Maybe I'll talk to you, Army, about because I know you're in Norristown.
Yeah.
About buying 13 properties.
Maybe. I'll be very happy to see you.
Maybe.
Will you be able to come on Saturday?
No. But I listen to you guys every Saturday.
Thank you.
And a rerun on Sunday.
Awesome.
So you'll get to hear your voice tomorrow again, I guess.
We'll be very happy. Okay. We'll be very happy if you can come and visit us.
All right.
And if you need anything, you're welcome to give us a call.
All right. Thank you, Ted. We appreciate you. Hey, I want to make sure that I let everybody know, I forgot to do it last show, how to get a free copy of my book. Mm-hmm. So if you want a free copy of my book, you get a digital copy right now. You send a text message, the word HACKS, HACKS. You send that to the following phone number, 26786. So you take out your phone and you type in the phone number 26786 and you send this message HACKS, HACKS, and you'll get a digital copy of my book sent to you for free.
And the other thing that we haven't talked about much on this show is the Love 27 event that we're doing next Wednesday.
Yes.
So we're doing that at the Newtown Brewery. We start at 6 and we go till about 9 o'clock. And it's a free event, so we encourage you to come. And it's a fundraiser for our Love 27 organization, which helps keep people in their houses. So if something happened to them, like if life happened, they broke their leg, or what spouse got sick, or they lost their job for a month or so, we'll help you pay your rent as long as you're able to continue to pay your rent. So it's a nonprofit organization. So we're doing our fundraiser next Wednesday at Newtown Brewery here in Newtown. So it's like 5 minutes away from the office. But come, it's going to be a fun event. We're getting it catered, and we have actually one of our students is getting all the catering stuff together for us, which is fantastic,
Right.
and it's going to be a really great event.
Hey, can Alan go for free?
Yes.
Alan could go for free, but
Alan, all you have to do is lev27.org, and I'm ready for this. I will buy you all the beer you could drink, and I will buy you all the food you can eat if you show up. So, by the way, that goes for everybody, not just Alan, because I certainly don't want to buy Alan anything special over anybody
all right,
else.
anyway, so, and then the other thing, don't forget, is that you can also go to 4mmw.com, because we are having our Money Hacks event, which will be next Saturday. It's from 9 to 5. Doors open at 8:30. It's an all-day event. Again, we're going to have that catered. And it's going to be a really great event. We have some great speakers who are coming for that, and you can sign up at 4mmw.com. Again,
WPHT coupon
and then
code.
you can use a coupon code WPHT for a free ticket. However, don't sign up if you can't come. You have to come. Okay?
Yeah, don't steal one of my tickets, because we have limited seating.
Yeah.
And if you steal one of my tickets, you don't show up. What?
Might want to give the website again. It went by pretty fast.
All right.
Want to give
the
the
number
website.
4mmw.com. Again, that's the number 4mmw.com.
And for my fan, it's 4mmw.com. That's 4mmw.com.
And you can use the code WPHT to get a free ticket. And again, just make sure that you can actually make it, because if you don't, like Larry said, we have limited seating, and we want to make sure we keep our tickets for people who can come. Okay.
All right. And one more time, my book, 26786.
No, you do it all wrong. Text Money Hack.
No, hacks.
Text hacks to 26786. Don't text 26786. Text hack to 26786.
Right, hacks with an S.
Hacks
This
with
is
an S.
so confusing.
I know.
No, because
I think you made it worse. I think you made it worse.
because he said text 267 type 26786, and it's send to 26786 the word
I think that's
hacks.
I think that's your like immigrant mind working that backwards. Look at that
Immigrant mind. That sounds
so the
racist.
phone number that they need to text to is what?
26786.
And what's the word that they send?
And they send the word hacks. They don't text. They send the word hacks to 26786. Hacks with an S.
Not hex.
HACKS.
Not X with an X. I'm saying X with an X.
This is so complicated. Anyway,
what are we talking?
I want to thank everybody for listening tonight. It was fantastic. I even want to thank Alan for calling in. Of course, I want to thank Glenn for possibly renewing his membership.
He will.
We'll see.
He will.
Of course, I want to thank Carrie for calling in as well. I want to thank Dr. Deb for being here. Dr. Deb is awesome. She just keeps us going. I want to thank Omri for being here. And, of course, the
sweet
Glenn Page for being our great producer. Go to investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com.
This program is paid for by Investors
All right,
Schooling. All
you
opinions or
are
statements expressed
clear.
Yeah.
Excellent show. Which hour did you folks want to go with?
So Omri's got his fingers up 2
because of the colors.
So also leave this one. Mark this one as an evergreen.
The second hour.
Yeah, even though there was a lot of reference to stuff that's coming, it's okay. They'll know that there's. But mark this one as an evergreen because we do need a couple of evergreen shows, and this was close to an evergreen, but it's close enough that we'd be all right.